the color wheel, if you,
Yeah.
it's really important, the color wheel that we made, or if you have one, if you bought one, it's good to have a color wheel. And sometimes the colors that we're going to do is color harmony, which means that we go round the wheel, and sometimes it's color contrast, which means we go across
Yeah.
the colors. And so I don't know if you have your handout as well or not, but most of this that we're going to paint is wet on wet. That's what it is. And have you got salt as well, Atusajun? We're going to need salt.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's great. So the first one we're going to do, which is sort of like orangey yellow for the pear itself. And then what we're going to do is paint the pears, and then come back to them to do the background after they dried a bit. So it's wet on wet. So we're going to wet the whole thing, just the pear, not the outside of it, not the background, just the pear. With the brush, with the big brush, don't go right to the edge, just the inside of the pear itself. And then we're going to use our red, orange, and yellow for this.
All together or
No,
separately?
separate. So the top bit, which is quite dark, hopefully, is quite red. Let me go into the edge a little bit. And trying to have one side light and the other side a bit darker, okay? So this side, I'm gonna have my left hand side darker and the other side lighter. So I'm gonna go for my orangey red next. I have that ready, and just with the brush going right to the edge of the pencil, your outline rather. Okay, and then I'm going to have my yellow right at the end, one side. While it's wet, if you need to, you know, you can put more colors on, but be careful you don't like overdo it.
You do both of them?
Just do one at a time. So you paint one like this. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
go.
I finished one.
You finish one, and then we are just gonna add on a bit more on my one at the top while it's wet, because one side is dark and the other side is light. And it's changing all the time as it's drying. Okay, and then the next one, you can choose another set of colors. For example, your greens, and your blue and maybe blue and green. Blue and green is quite nice. So the blue would be right at the top. So make sure it's wet on wet. I forgot to wet my area first, but it doesn't matter. You just wet the paper first in the middle.
Mhm. And then green on the other side?
It's sort of blue, green, and yellow. So blue at the top, where it's sort of this dark. Dark blue. And then we got green. It's not realistic, but it doesn't matter. And then we got the yellow again on the side.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so you can go to your next one. How big is yours? You're quite fast. Is it not very big?
Here, look.
Oh, right, that's a good size. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's good size. And then the next one, which I actually haven't fixed mine yet. You see how you got light and dark? It makes it.
This one.
And use your,
Can I look?
at the moment, that's lovely. Yeah, that's lovely. At the moment, it's probably too wet, but you keep eye on it, and at the right time, you need to put salt on the pear. But just now, I think it's probably is too wet.
Oh, mine already dried.
Oh, it's dried. Okay, doesn't matter. Did you not wet the paper first?
I did, but it doesn't really stay that wet.
Oh, right. Yeah, mine is too wet to add the salt, but some part of it is okay. So I'm going to
Yeah,
add.
mine has only the middle part that is still wet. Shall I put some salt?
Yeah, yeah. Just put the salt on wherever you feel. Just in the middle of it, it gives it a nice texture. Okay, so I'm going to leave that to dry. I'll help it to dry because mine is quite wet. But I like it like that. Sometimes if you take the water off it, it loses its beauty. I've got a bit of red. Gives it a bit of look. So the next one, it can be greeny yellow. So I need to get another board myself. And the next 3 pages, you can, if you done pear or to surgeon, you can do an apple, or I have here like pomegranate, like this one here, you know, just drawn out. Okay, but you can have an apple if you want. It doesn't have to be pomegranate.
So it shouldn't be a pear?
We got 3 is going to be pear and 3 and something else.
Mm.
But if you want it to be pear still, you can have it. You can have it pear. I just want it to be different. Something different.
The last one you said it was green and yellow?
Yeah, the last
The
of,
third one.
yeah, the third one, yeah. It's green and yellow, yeah. So I'm going to do my third one now. And this one is green and yellow. So you wet the area first, get your pear.
I already finished nearly.
Okay, so you can maybe
Sorry,
get your
Rebecca.
you can get your next 3 ready. Shidajan, this is what we've done.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we got 3 colors, your red, orange, and yellow,
Yeah,
all wet on wet. And then when it's a little bit dry, we put salt on it. And then the next one is blue, green, and yellow.
yeah.
Okay. And then I am on to my third one.
No, that's okay. What I will do, let me just do this. I will do that later. I mean, you're recording it. I might as well use it later. I mean,
So
I don't want to take your time.
no.
Better if I just.
This one is the
This is the second one. Yeah.
this is the third one. This is my
Oh, you've done the second one already as well.
this one. Look, I've done a red one, blue one.
Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh, yes. Sorry, I meant the page. Yes, sure, sure.
and then the third one is green green and yellow. So you might need a little bit of I don't know, blue for that as well. But you want them,
That is wet on wet, isn't it?
yeah, it's wet on wet, but don't wet it like too much, otherwise
Okay.
it takes too long to to dry. I'm actually going to use the purple. I'm going to use the purple and green and yellow. Green. It's good that one side would be light and one side a bit dark. Okay. And then using the yellow or different yellow, you know, you might have, so you can use that. So it's good to have one side light and one side a bit darker. And as it's drying, you know, it's changing all the time. And again, it would be a good idea to, when it's a little bit dry, put a bit of salt on it for texture. Okay, for my next three, I have this pomegranate, but if you have pear, you can have apple, or if you have apple, you can have pear or anything else. But I've got this pomegranate, and for this one, we're going to use purple, green, and orange. So wetting it again. And when you wet it, don't go right to the edge. I'm going to go for purple, beautiful color.
Such lovely colors.
Purple, orange, on one side. Yeah, the colors are beautiful. Orange, and then I'm going to use a bit of green. See what happens. If you're in a warm room, it gets dry very quickly, so you need to watch that. Yellow. And always have a tissue ready just in case you got, you know, too much of one color that you don't want, or if you want to pick some color up, you can use the cotton buds if you feel it's a bit too much water.
So what was the first pomegranate? What color?
This one was purple, green, orange, and bit of yellow.
Purple, green. Okay.
I don't have purple, so I'll go with.
You can use sort of bluey color if you want. And then again, when it's dry a bit, put a bit of salt on.
It's such a nice purple you have, Cherry. It's just very nice,
I
bright,
love it. It's so nice.
really nice. That,
And purple is lovely color. That's that one. I have to get another board again for my next two. That to dry. Hopefully to dry fast. Artusajo, what do you have for your second? Is it?
I did a pomegranate like you.
Or you got pomegranate as well?
I'm not good at drawing pomegranate, so it's more or less look. It looks like anything.
No, that's all right. That's all right. But make sure the colors are, you know, the mixing and not like a, you know, too separate. I think the salt would help, but it's good to do that, to have it, you know, that you know, is wet enough that all the colors are mingling into one another and not too separate. Okay.
Yeah. So what's the second one of the?
The second one, let me see now. What do I have here? The second one is going to be, let's go for a little bit of like earth colors. Let's go for like brown color, yellow and yellow ochre. This is something we haven't done. So again, I'm wetting my space here. And then I'm gonna go for this beautiful color of earth. It is earth color, but it's come out like red. And you want the smooth edges. So it's kind of browny color. And for the light side, which is on the right hand side, it's going to be yellow ochre, or you can have yellow if you don't have just a lemon yellow or yellow ochre for one side. So the idea is that one side is dark and the other side is light, and make sure the colors are nicely going into one another. And sometimes you need to go back because it does fade. So I'm going to go into my last one, and then I salt the other one, and it's a bit more drier. So the last one that we got, let me see what we haven't done. Something sort of maybe very different. We can use blue, red, and yellow for the last one. Or purple, red, and yellow.
I don't have purple, so I'll go with blue,
Yeah, go for blue.
red, and yellow.
Red and yellow, these are primary colors we're going for just now. And I'm gonna go for red. It's like blood red, which goes with it really nicely. And then we have yellow. And I can see how the colors are fighting each other, that's what we want. And I'm just going to come here a bit to break the color so it doesn't look like flag. You know, you need the colors to be separate like that. And then the second one, don't forget, we need salt. Just for texture. And this thing with watercolor, the idea that it fades as it's drying. This is something we need to learn and know how to tackle because of what it is and how it is. And every company makes the colors differently. The pigments on the colors are different. So you have to sort of get to know what you have. Okay, and so if you have that, we're going to leave that to dry and go back to what we did at the beginning, the first set.
Oh, sorry, Cheridun. Can I see the other one just to quickly have a look at it, see what other color did you? I'll leave this and do it later.
This one?
Okay.
Okay, is a blue, red, and yellow, the primary colors.
Ah, okay.
And so now we're coming to the first ones we did. It should be kind of dry.
Okay, I'll leave this and then go back to the other.
It's kind of, it should be dryish because we're going to tackle the background now. And the background, it just comes to the top half of the horizon line, not the bottom. We're just tackling the top bit at the moment. So the red one that we done on the color wheel, opposite the red is green or bluey color. You can see it yourself, the color chart that you made. So for the background, we're going to do the color contrast of what we got so that it will stand out, okay? And then this side that it was light, now is going to be light on the other side. And the side that you have dark is going to be dark. So it's going to be opposite
Oh,
for it to stand out, okay? So this side that I've got light is going to be dark, and then the dark side is going to be light. So again, we're going to wet the space. Sorry, I'm going to change my water because my water got blue. Right, I'm going to change my water. Right, so we're going to do opposite now for the first one, which was red, orange, and yellow. Now we're going to do blue and green. So wetting the surface a bit. And if you want, you can do it upside down. It might, if it helps you, because we're just doing the top half of it. And if you don't want,
oh, Cherry, you know, why the pattern that you have got in on here, is it because of the salt you use, the rock salt?
yes, I put the table salt.
The table salt.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's just the table salt put on.
but
To give
why it made pattern, quite a nice
Yeah,
pattern.
mine didn't do that.
Yeah,
Mine
it's a nice pattern. You have to put it on at the right time. If it's too wet,
You,
it doesn't, it's
no,
not.
I think mine was probably too dry.
Or
Yeah, mine was too dry.
yeah, you need to time it right.
We need to be cherry, June. That is the problem.
No, it needs practice, practice, practice it, you get it. So I've got darker sort of color this side, and then it will be lighter. Oh no, no, mine bled. Ah,
No, it happens to mine as well.
because not patient enough. It's okay. You can, with the water, you can water will be like your rubber. You can get it off. That's fine. It's all right. So we got this green on the dark side, on dark on the light side, and if you want, you can sometimes leave just a tiny gap between your object and the background. So that it doesn't bleed, you know, like that. And I'm going to add a little bit of blue. So you can do it yourself, this, because you can see the opposite colors that you can work from to make your painting work.
Where do we get that chart? That chart, we have to buy it, is that right?
You made it yourself, your color wheel. You know, do you remember we did
Oh,
it?
yes, but then
Yeah, but you can buy it. Yeah,
I
it's
have to
free.
buy. Yeah, I didn't buy. Yeah, I was going to buy it actually.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to
Okay.
have it, so you
I'm
don't.
very much behind with everything else, which I don't think I can have.
So this is really good for doing your background, and the background doesn't have to be so dark, so that your object that you've got, it will, you know, it will stand out from the background.
Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah, that's coming. Yeah. And then you can turn it around, and then the bottom half is is very quick and simple, but it's very effective. So we're going to wet it a bit again, the bottom half, and this time it's going to be dark right underneath. So that would be like the shadow of the hair that you've got. Okay, and it's the same color just coming out and getting lighter into the rest, like that. So this is the shadow of what you've got, apple or pear.
So why is it blue then?
Pardon?
What color is the same color? You're using a different color, right?
I use a different color for the shadow. So that's the shadow of the pear. And you can see how it's very simple, but it's so important, and it makes the painting. It finishes it. It's very important. The shadow is always very important part of your painting. It's really good to, you know, to have it. And then if you have a stem for your pear or for your apple, that can, you know, you can put that on later. Don't have to worry about it just now. Right, so that's that first one. I'm going to go to my second one.
Because I didn't do the first one, so I'm actually waiting for you to go to the second one.
So this second one I've got here, which was blue, green, and yellow.
I see.
Okay.
Blue, green, and yellow. Yeah. Okay.
Now you can do the similar colors for the background of what you've got for the second one, but this time is opposite. So the blue is going to be this side, and the yellow is going to be on the other side. But it's very mild, so that the hair would stand out. And you wet the paper again. Can you see how quick it is? The whole thing is very fast. So this side, I'm going to have the blue. It's not dark enough. And a darker blue. Here we are.
Dark blue, yes. Dark.
Yeah, dark blue is the same color that you painted your hair.
Okay.
It works really well. One side is dark, and then the other side, I have this lovely green and the yellow. This can be quite attractive.
On the other side is the combination of yellow and green.
Yeah, because you got on your pear blue,
Oh,
green,
yes.
and yellow. So we're doing it the other way now, opposite. But just beware of not putting too much on, because the background is supposed to be much lighter.
What brush, which brush do you use? Is it the
Just a
round one?
yeah, round brush, yeah. Just watercolor round.
Came out darker than the thing.
Pardon?
It came out darker than the actual pear.
Oh, that's quite nice actually. So your pear is standing out. You can see that for yourself how it works.
Yeah.
It works really nicely. That, yeah, that's good. And then the bottom, again, you can choose very dark blue for the bottom. Now we wet the area and we're going to have the shadow for the pear at the bottom. So whatever darkest blue that you might have. Sometimes you can even use black, it might be good. You can see how it's all, stages, different stages of watercolor. So you can do the object first, the background, and right at the end it would be the shadow is very important to have the shadow right at the end. And then don't worry about the stem. Again, we'll do that later. The stem will be fine. Okay, and you can see each one is going to be, everyone is going to be so different. So coming back to that one later, I'm going to go back to this one, which was my third hair. And I had purple, green, and yellow for that one. So again, I'm going to turn it around. And I've got some excess water on mine. I'm going to try to get rid of that.
We normally leave a white line between, but this time you don't seem to do that, no? You know, you put a white line between the actual drawing and the
Yeah,
shadow.
you don't have to do that. You do that mainly because you don't want the background and the object to bleed into one another.
Oh, okay.
That's why you do that. So the next one was the purple, green, and yellow. I'm going to wet my background again.
Mine is just yellow and green.
Okay, you can use yellow and green, but be careful you don't overdo it.
So what color should I use for the outside? Yellow and green?
Yeah, one side that was yellow, you use green, and the other side of it, you use your yellow. So it's light and dark. And sometimes, like Otto Sojourn, you had a darker background. So sometimes, it goes like that. That's fine. It makes your object to stand out a bit. That's fine. But the background, if it all depends what do you want. You want it to stand out. How much you want it to stand out. It's up to you how you go about it. But the idea is for the background not to overdo it. So that your object would stand out.
And on the bottom of this one, same green?
And the bottom of this one, you choose either green, or if you've done purple already, yeah, green would be nice for the shadow of this one. So we wet the area. The tissue is always such a good thing to have if you've overdone anything or you're not happy with something, you can take it off. So wetting the bottom half of this one, and I'm going to go for the green for the shadow. and has bled a little bit into the shadow part, but that's all just, you know, part of it. It's okay. You just, I don't know, gave it a little bit of warmth. Quite like that. With watercolor, you know, you can play, and it's not like a set thing. It has to be like this or it has to be like that. It's quite loose.
I did it with gray, this one. Is that okay?
Can it be a little bit darker?
A darker?
Yeah, the shadow. Can the shadow be a little bit darker?
I guess, yeah.
I'm moving on to my pomegranate. And my pomegranate, the first one, has become quite dark. So I need to be careful and go quite light on this one. So that would, you know, the whole thing would, you know, stand out better. So I've got this purpley color. Trying to, I can leave a little bit of gap. If you know, you just have to gauge it yourself and see whether it's good to have a gap or not. And the, you know, the background can be very smooth if you want, or it can be as rough as you want it to be. It's entirely up to you and the look that you're after, the look of the finished product, if you like, the finished painting. But I always said the background doesn't have to be so dark so that your object will stand out. And sometimes it has to be the other way around, and that's fine. It has to be the other way around, that is fine.
What you're doing, actually, okay, you've got this different. I thought the further it is, you make it darker, and the closer you make it lighter.
When you're close to the object, it's darker. When you go away, it's lighter.
Oh, I see. It's the other way around.
Yeah. Again, you know, with my tissue, I can control it and take bits off if it's too dark, or if I want it to be more smooth, I can do that. With watercolor, always less is more. Don't feel that you have to, you know, put too much on. It's not necessary to have so much on. turn it around, and because I had a green in there as well, might do a maybe do a different green at the bottom of this one. My first pomegranate, and it needs to be sort of maybe not so dark. Might go for this color here, which is one of my earth colors.
Oh, you're going.
Everybody okay?
Yeah,
Quiet,
very quiet.
working hard. Um, this one came a bit different. Never mind. Right. So you have the idea of how to do this, and right at the end, even tomorrow when it's completely dry, then you can with the tissue or tip of your finger remove all the salt from this. So for this one, I'm going to have just a very mild background. I think it's all up to you how you control your, the amount of paint you put on, and how much you wanted to stand out, or you wanted to just to be there. By the way, if you ever wanted to in the future, I mean, You can even get tinted watercolor, which is watercolor is the paper is colored already, and it's lovely to have that. So you don't actually have to worry too much about the background, which is really good to have. Okay, and I'm going to have my bright yellow there. On this side. What else did I have? Yellow ochre. It can be really rough or it can be smooth. Rough is all right. It's just, you know, it changes all the time as you're, you know, as you're doing it. So don't worry about it too much. And then for this, my fifth one, I'm going to have this lovely yellow ochre as the shadow. This time the shadow is on this side. And it's a bit different because the pomegranate is quite low down.
But what you do is, for example, now, when I'm saying that next to the pomegranate, you have made it lighter shadow this time.
Yeah, this side is lighter, the other side is darker to make.
No, but, oh, I see. You do the opposite. I see
the
what.
opposite, yeah, so that it would stand out.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, sometimes you need to do the same, and sometimes it all depends. It's not sort of written on stone. You just have to gauge it to see what is the right thing to do, and always look and see what it is that you're looking at. Looking is very important.
That's true.
To look at it. That's the mild shadow. This one, which actually doesn't look right. It's too dark. Okay, and then I am moving on to the last pomegranate. So I had this very dark purple, but you can see from the picture that I send you. You know, you can print that out for yourself to have. And to, you know, you can follow that. You can see.
Oh, yes, yes.
You can see it. You know, all the different shadows, and I just thought, you know, it's nice to have something different rather than all of them to be pairs.
No, it was quite such a nice thing to do, actually. Yeah,
yeah, it's just a nice, fun exercise. And which one is it? Does everybody have ink for next week?
Ink, you mean the magic color?
Yeah,
one?
magic. You bought that, haven't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go into ink next week. So we're gonna need that. But no, actually we are not. We're going to use pen first. Is pen, and then we're gonna move to colored ink. We're gonna do pen, but I'll send you all the necessary things that you need to do or have. For next time. And sometimes it's good that it's just rough. You don't have to worry about everything has to be exact or whatever. I'm going to go back to the first one that we did, and I'm going to go and put the stem in. And that, this is not realistic, as you can see. The colors are not realistic. Change my brush and go for a smaller brush because the stem is obviously smaller. And sometimes it's good to, go with maybe the opposite color for the stem. Again, one side of it is dark and the other side of it would be light. And you can just add, wash your brush and just add a little bit of water to it, and that makes it light. Very sort of quick, but it's effective as well. And I'm gonna go for brown for this one. Just the one side, the dark side.
It's maybe the salt you use is more dissolvable because this doesn't do anything.
No, I think you have to put it on at the right time. If it's too dry, it doesn't work, and if it's too wet, it just dissolves and nothing happens. So you need,
When would be the right time?
yeah, you need to gauge it right. You need to put it on at the right time. Yeah, mine is still damp, and you know, it's just a table salt. It's nothing special about it.
Yeah.
But you need to put it on at the right time for it to work. That's what it is.
I only managed to do 3, not 6.
It's all right. But you know how it's done. If you want to do
Oh, yes, yes, I will do
more,
that.
do more. Yeah, so next week you're gonna need your pigment liner, mainly. I'll use a pen.
Oh, to say, I'm sorry, I didn't answer your email. I was busy yesterday.
You don't have to answer.
Now, Baby Naziz, sorry, no, she didn't. She said she just didn't want it to be recorded.
Oh,
Zahere.
yeah.
But everything else has been recorded. Now I understand, being Sunday and obviously they're all.
But it was fantastic.
Was
Right.
it?
Yeah, it was.
Oh, that's good.
She's so good, so knowledgeable,
She's very good, actually. Yeah.
and very elegant.
Yeah.
Speaker.
Yeah.
She's very clear.
Very absolutely. Yeah, that's what I like about it as well. You're right.
You understand everything, the way she speaks, and yeah, it's
Her talk has got a flow to it. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm sorry I missed it.
Oh, that's okay.
But
And
normally it is recorded, but she didn't want.
no, she doesn't want it.
But you can listen to the other talks, are really good as well. Really.
I
Where
think
are they?
she has been attending, or you said you've been attending a couple
Yeah,
of
yeah. Where are they stored? Like the talks.
Where are they? What? Sorry?
Where are where are they on the net that you can find the talks? Where are they?
Oh, I see. You know, when I send you the email,
Yeah.
just when you see the adverts on the top, just go right to the end, and it tells you the next 3 talks, what they are and who is going to give a talk. It's just there, right at the end.
Yeah, but the recordings, where are they
Oh, I
stored?
see. The recording, just go on Ozzy Whitehead. It just, if you go on that, on YouTube,
Oh, I
it
see.
will come.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Is it on no, it's on YouTube. It's on Instagram, isn't it? It's on
No,
Instagram.
no, Instagram, yes. Instagram, you could just sort of go and have a quick look. But YouTube, you can just do hear the whole proper,
Yeah, the whole
listen
recording.
to the whole recording, yeah.
Oh, the sun is coming out here. Wow.
Oh, that was nice. Today we were supposed to have rain as well, but I'm going to do
You're
some
going to have the whole lot, but are these people able to fix your thing?
Oh, yes, yes.
There,
You know,
there's no contrast, huh?
pardon?
Tere,
Yeah,
look at this.
that's lovely. That's it. You got it now. Yeah, that's
Really?
yeah. You got it now because it needs to be. It's all to do with color contrast or color harmony. Color contrast is much nicer. Color harmony, it can sometimes be tiring to our eyes. So color contrast is quite good. Like for example, the shadow I had for this pomegranate was color harmony, and you could hardly see anything. So I'm just going to add a little bit of black to it, and this is for the shadow, and immediately I can see the difference. You know, so yeah, it's really good to have color contrast, but it's, as I said before, it's not written on stone. It always depends. Always depends on your subject, what you're doing. But I hope today you enjoyed doing something very different, which
No, it was really nice, yes.
to finish with the watercolor. That's what it would be a nice exercise to finish up with. And your background, if you got, I don't know, if you got patterns or you got whatever, like I have, it's all just part of it, you know. It's not like, oh, you can't have this or you can't have that. It's watercolor, loose watercolor. So this is, you know, what we end up with this loose watercolor. So that's how I'm going to leave mine, and either tonight or tomorrow, then I can get the salt off, and then you see all the lovely patterns that you got there, which is great. That was I think, really nice exercise. I hope you enjoyed today, and carry on, do more. You know how it's done. You can do more. Yes, Shida, let's have a look.
Is it okay?
Yeah, that's a good contrast. You got the contrast right. For your pear, you don't,
Uh-huh.
you don't need to use too much color. Okay.
Okay.
Sometimes less is more. And then you've gone from one color to the other very suddenly. This needs to,
Okay, that is my problem. I always do that. Yes.
you just do it gradually. So when you got water, you just
Uh-huh.
let the water, work.
Oh, I see. Just not to keep on doing it. Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah, I have that problem.
Yeah, don't
And then I keep going over it afterwards. That's it.
no, the less is more, and don't
That's
separate.
right. I think I did the same thing here as
But
well.
that one is better. But don't
Okay.
separate the colors. Don't separate them. Let them mingle into one another. Let them
Yeah,
go.
you're right. Yeah.
You probably are controlling too.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. You need to like let it go, and let it do
Mhm.
its own thing. Okay. You can see
That's right.
here my
Yeah.
one is so out of control. It's not
Mhm.
in control, and let the water and the colors work for you. You
Yeah.
don't you don't need to keep controlling everything. Okay.
That I'll try.
Yeah.
The rest
And
of it I will try to do.
another thing you can do is Shida Jun, to exercise. If you
Yeah.
get a watercolor paper, I'll show you a little bit now.
Okay. This is the problem I have. I have actually ruined people as well because of this. I kept putting more and then realized that.
I just fix this a little bit here to show you this paper. This is a really good exercise if you want to sort of let go and
Mhm.
and don't with watercolor. The best thing is not to control it. Just let it do its own thing.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a spray, or you can use your brush to wet the paper like this, and then
Mhm.
my finger just spray the water around a bit more. And then with your big brush, a
Oh, the big one. Okay.
big brush, just dab the colors like this. Don't control it. Let it do its own thing. And again, just
Mhm.
dab like that. Okay?
آها این آتوسا سوری آتوسا داره میگه که اینترنتش کات آف.
Ah.
Sorry about that.
And then you just do it.
Oh, this looks really nice. I must try that. Okay.
Just let go and put the colors.
راست میگی من مثل نقاشی میکنم یعنی میخوام دراینگ کنم.
نه تو حالا نمیخواد drawing کنی. حالا
این خیلی هم قشنگ تره. You're right.
just let go. Just let it do its own.
ببین این براشم باید براش بزرگ استفاده کنم. من
your
the
big
small
brush.
one.
Your big brush, your brush بزرگ.
Okay, that's what I should do. Yeah.
You don't even have to go to the edge. Let it go. And then you can even, اگه خواستی میتونی باز وقتی که خیسه میتونی باز بری روش یه کمی.
Uh-huh.
وقتی خیسه you just dab it on. Dab all the colors, whatever you want. Just you will see it yourself how beautiful.
آره, it is actually, you're right.
And
آره. همون dab it, not sort of.
وقتی هم که اینا رو میخوای بکشی، این سیبا و یا نمیدونم اینا رو پر یا هرچی همینطوره. یعنی you just dab it on. Don't control control anything. Let it go. Let it go, because you're not painting a still life, or you're not painting a building. You just
نه میدونی پرابلمم اینه که I keep going over it دوباره هی خیسش
آه.
دوباره that is wrong. آره.
with با watercolor که میکنی نباید این کارو بکنی.
خیلی.
That's it. You just do it
I get it.
once and that's it.
حالا نه امروز تمرین میکنم یه خود.
ولی این خیلی چیز جالبیه. میبینی چی شد؟
خیلی قشنگ شده اتفاقا.
آره یه چیز مثل نار بک‌گراند ولی اکسرسایز هم خوبه برای ریلکسیشن.
آره it's beautiful. نه I'm going to do it.
هم این که یاد میگیری که کنترل انقدر نکنی. کنترل نمیخواد.
اوکی نه I get it.
بعد اگر که بعضی جاهاش که یه کمی به اصطلاح خشک شده با نمک میتونی یه کمی نمک بپاشی ببینی که چی میشه آخرش. اینطوری حالا یه کمی حالا به
این
نمک
میپاشی قشنگ نشون میده یعنی پترن درست میکنه. شاید فکر کنم نمک مایه.
نه این اگر خیلی خیس باشه نمیشه یا اگر خشک باشه نمیشه. باید نه زیاد خشک باشه نه زیاد تر.
اوکی.
بعد این تیشو خیلی مهمه. اگر که دیدی زیاد آبه یا میخوای مثلا یه جاشو ورداری یا وقت اگر هم مثلا دوست نداشتی اینو میتونی بشوریش اصلا زیر آب همش در میاد.
اوکی.
برای اینکه واترکالر دیگه یعنی فقط شاید یه کمی رنگاش یه جایش بمونه وگرنه
چه جالب. اوکی.
آره.
نه حالا اینو تمرین میکنم. این خیلی قشنگ شد.
آره اینو مثلا این خیلی اکسرسایز خوبی. حالا من باز اینو هفته دیگه اگه یادم بمونه به همه باز نشون میدم که ایده خوبیه که you just let go به اصطلاح. با این کم همین کارو میکنیم ولی این چیزه خیلی زود خشک میشه مثل
اوکی. ساری